Okay, so I told everybody that we were going to start looking into our archives to actually see what we could find. And we came across a video that we actually produced here 6-9 months ago. And originally it was for an investor pitch, but the more we got to watching the video itself, it became very clear that the video was really based on who we are, what we do, where we came from, where we're going. And it was just too good not to actually put out there for anybody interested on the timeline of how Coffee Junkiez and Pizza Junkiez has been developed. So at the end of it all, please, we went ahead and posted it. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed it, because at the end of the day, I actually really enjoyed going back and watching it again, because it was kind of cool to see the milestones and how far we've come. Again, have a great day, powered by Coffee Junkiez. Hi, I'm Jason Julius. I'm the founder and creator of both Coffee Junkiez and Pizza Junkiez. In 2005, I created Coffee Junkiez in Kokomo, Indiana, in the city of First. In 2007, I left my full-time career at Chrysler to pursue my dream of building a business. In 2014, I created Pizza Junkiez in a test kitchen, and in 2014, I won both Best Pizza and Coffee in Kokomo. In 2015, I put them under one roof. In 2016, I got my first proof of concept, winning Business of the Year with the Howard County Chamber of Commerce. In 2018, I moved forward with the actual proof of concept by opening a new location in my hometown of Indianapolis, where I grew up. This business means everything to me. I left Chrysler to see how big I could build something. And when you really think about it, a coffee shop and a pizza place is a match made in business heaven. We do sales from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every night. And I got to admit, I really didn't have an aha moment. It was one more of those, dude, nobody does that. Putting a coffee shop and a pizza place is not something people think about, and whether you call it original or innovative, it really works. And I'm able to compete in the coffee and the pizza industry, and I'm able to compete with people that have billion-dollar businesses in one side or the other, and I compete with both of them. I need the sharks' help to see how big I can build something, because I want a billion-dollar business. These brands deserve to be national brands. They deserve to have national exposure. All right, so when I started looking into getting into the coffee business, I went to a coffee expo in Seattle. And before that, I went to a little shack where they had all of these little coffee shops. And I ordered my first vanilla latte. And when she charged me $4.35, I did not care how it was going to taste. I knew that that could be a profitable business itself. But we fast forward into what is Coffee Junkiez. Well, I didn't want to be a knockoff of the 800-pound gorilla. And I have all kinds of respect for him, but the reality is they've got a lot of money, they invest a lot in third space, and I wanted to go a different direction. So Coffee Junkiez quickly became about a caffeine distribution business in a drive-thru. And it evolved beyond coffee, but the reality is the business specializes in espresso and everything caffeinated. And one of my biggest points of pride is it's zero waste operation. We only sell one house coffee because everything else is made by the cup and made to actually run through a drive-thru window to sell as many of them as possible. What I like about being a small business is that we were able to create drinks and put them out there and separate ourselves and create our own language. So while we do have a chocolate-covered cherry latte, and I swear to you, you think you're biting into a chocolate-covered cherry, nobody has a Jumpstart, which is a 6-shot white chocolate mocha, or our White Lightning, which is a 6-shot vanilla latte. Again, we sell a bunch of our specialties and a bunch of our own personal creations. And through mistake, we came up with one of our biggest sellers, which is our famous, or at least what we call famous, Frozen Zebra, which is a mixture of vanilla caramel and chocolate topped with whipped cream and chocolate zebra stripes. Very popular, very good, and plenty of caffeine and sugar. So when I wanted to create Pizza Junkiez, I wanted to take all the lessons that I had learned from the 8 years of developing Coffee Junkiez and apply it to a new brand. I was a pizza delivery driver as a kid, so it seemed like a natural progression to add food to marry to the actual drinks, albeit I didn't know how that was going to work out at the time because I was actually doing the pizza in a test kitchen. But let's talk about Pizza Junkiez. I didn't want to be married to any one style, so we do an authentic Chicago style, our original oven rising, and a cracker thin crust. But I'm not worried about the crust. I was more concentrated on the sauces because most people just put enough sauce for coloration. I wanted it to be part of the flavor profile. So while I'm creating all of these pizzas, I called my sister and I was like, I'm creating all of these pizzas and I can put them together on the fly. Do you have any ideas? And she was like, well, actually, I do have an idea. And I said, great, what is it? She said, I eat this pizza all the time. It's got bacon, oregano, roasted garlic, spinach, mushrooms, and all with Alfredo. I was like, well, we make our Alfredo from scratch. This ought to be a great pizza. Don't personally like mushrooms, but I was willing to put the pizza together. It was a beautiful pizza. Everybody loved it. And I was like, okay, you made the pizza. Do you have a name for it? She goes, well, again, I do. But I don't know if you're going to be willing to do anything with it. I said, what is it? She said, the bacon orgasm. I was like, that is great, bet. Check out Facebook tomorrow. We put the pizza together, we put it on Facebook. Everybody loved it. Got all kinds of rave reviews. But we're a family-friendly business. And before you know it, we had a couple people that were chiming in, how am I supposed to describe this to my kids? So we quickly renamed it, it's the Picasso, because the pizza is a work of art. But the simple fact is, we've got many pizzas. Our Pepperoni Mania, our Grilled Cheese, our Dorito Taco Supreme, our Ricky Bobby, our Cartman, which is the trash can pizza. It's got 17 toppings and it's completely random. The reality is, we started coming up with all of these pizzas. The vast majority of our sales are our specialty pizzas. And then we thought, hey, we could turn any of these into subs. So the biggest part of what we do with Pizza Junkiez is all of our specialty products, and then we actually turn them into subs. So a little bit about myself. I'm a blue collar guy, and I'm confident in myself and my abilities, but that's evolved over time. I'm pretty blessed because my mother is way right-brained and my father's way left-brained, and my sister and I have equal parts where I can be very creative and very analytical. At 16 years old, I dropped out of high school. At 18, I went back and got my GED so I could get my job at Chrysler. By 22, I had 3 kids and a wife and twin boys. At 30 years old, I was a union rep and had a child with cancer. At the end of that, I lost my child to cancer, and I came out of the position and realized that I had went through what I thought was the hardest thing that I had ever done in life, and that's why I thought I can do business. And I have come to find out that this has been the absolute hardest thing I have ever had to do in my life. I am a thinker and a dreamer, but I am a doer. I know everything about the meaning of hard work, and quit is not in my vocabulary. I do not try anything, I do. And when I created this business, it was in light of my son. His favorite color was red, and red is the color of passion. So everything that I have done in this business you can see red everywhere. I want to thank you for the opportunity to do this, but the simple fact is I haven't even come close to fulfilling my dreams, because my dreams were to see how big I could build something. I wanted to develop this into a national brand. I wanted to build something that would outlive me. This opportunity is an opportunity to put myself in front of people, to bet on me and invest in my brands to truly bring my dreams to life. Thank you. The following 3 pictures will show you what the vision started as, what it evolved into, and what the proof of concept is. You'll notice that the businesses are not the same, but the branding and the logos and the colorings are the same.